Aviation in Singapore did not begin with concrete runways or glass terminals. It began with curiosity, courage, and a belief that flight could connect a small island to the wider world. This documentary traces more than a century of aviation in Singapore, from the first fragile aircraft that rose above open fields to the sophisticated air networks that today link Singapore to every major region on Earth. It is a story of progress, but also of people, planning, and purpose. A living legacy that continues to shape the nation's identity. On the 16th of March, 1911, Singapore witnessed its first encounter with powered flight. At the old race course at Farrer Park, a fragile biplane lifted into the air before a captivated crowd. The aircraft was a Bristol box kite. The pilot, Joseph Christians. For many on the ground, it was their first glimpse of a machine defying gravity, a moment that quietly reshaped how distance, movement, and possibility were understood. It was not yet aviation as industry or infrastructure, but it was the beginning of aviation as imagination. 8 years later, Singapore's skies welcomed a far more ambitious arrival. In December 1919, a Vickers Vimy aircraft landed at Farrer Park during a pioneering long-distance journey from England to Australia. The flight covered nearly 14,000 kilometers, one of the longest air routes attempted at the time. Singapore's role as a stopover on this journey was significant. It marked the island's early inclusion in the emerging global map of aviation, not as an endpoint, but as a connector between continents. The age of long-range air travel had begun, and Singapore was already part of its story. As aviation matured, infrastructure followed. Singapore's first civil airport was completed at Seletar in 1929, with the first commercial flight arriving on the 11th of February, 1930, from Batavia, now Jakarta. Seletar Airport marked Singapore's transition from experimental flying to organized civil aviation, supporting scheduled flights, passenger travel, and the foundations of aviation operations. By the mid-1930s, aviation demand had grown beyond Seletar's capacity. Kallang Airport was completed in 1937 to support increasing passenger traffic and larger aircraft. For a time, Kallang stood as one of the finest airports in the region, symbolizing Singapore's commitment to keeping pace with global aviation progress during a period of rapid technological change. In 1955, Singapore entered the jet age with the opening of Paya Lebar Airport. Designed to support modern jet operations, Paya Lebar became Singapore's principal international airport for more than 2 decades. Its control tower, terminal, aprons, and hangars formed the operational heart of Singapore's civil and military aviation during a formative period of national growth. Paya Lebar Airport was more than a transport hub. It was where key national aviation institutions took root, including the Republic of Singapore Air Force, established in 1968, and Singapore Airlines, which became a standalone national carrier in 1972. An aviation academy formed in 1958 at Paya Lebar trained specialists in air traffic control, aircraft rescue, and aviation safety, reinforcing Singapore's reputation for professionalism and operational excellence. In 1981, Singapore's aviation operations transitioned to the newly opened Changi International Airport. This marked the next chapter in Singapore's aviation evolution, enabling greater capacity, connectivity, and global reach. While operations moved eastward, Paya Lebar's physical structures remained, bearing witness to decades when Singapore's aviation identity was forged. As air travel expanded worldwide, Singapore prepared for its most ambitious aviation project. Changi Airport began operations in July 1981 and was officially opened later that year. Built on reclaimed land in the east, Changi was designed from the outset as a world-class hub, integrating passenger experience, cargo operations, maintenance facilities, and air traffic control into a single coherent system. Changi would soon become more than an airport. It became a symbol of national competence and global trust. In the decades that followed, Singapore's aviation ecosystem continued to evolve. Terminals expanded, technology advanced, passenger expectations changed, yet the core principles remained constant: safety, efficiency, and continuous improvement. Aviation in Singapore was never static. It adapted to new aircraft, new threats, and new opportunities, remaining resilient through change. This adaptability is what transforms infrastructure into legacy. Today, as Singapore plans its future airspace and infrastructure, sites like Paya Lebar remind us of the journey taken. Aviation heritage is not about preserving the past unchanged. It is about understanding how progress was achieved and passing those lessons forward. Through education, simulation, and emerging technologies, future generations will experience aviation in new ways, grounded in history, but oriented toward innovation. Singapore's aviation story continues, not as a closed chapter, but as a living legacy, written in the skies, shaped on the ground, and carried forward by those who fly, build, and protect it. As we conclude this episode, we pause not at an ending, but at a threshold. For while a century of aviation charts Singapore's rise from grass airfields to global connectivity, there remains a living chapter, one written not only in aircraft movements, but in moments of national significance. Paya Lebar Airport was more than an operational hub. It was a stage upon which history quietly unfolded. Through its runways and control tower passed world leaders, pioneers, and symbols of a young nation's confidence on the world stage. From historic state visits to the personal visit of Singapore's first president, Dr. Benjamin Henry Sheares, to the Paya Lebar Air Traffic Control Tower in May 1971. From the disciplined orchestration of airspace above a growing city to the arrival of aircraft that defined an era, including the Concorde, the supersonic emblem of technological ambition. These were not isolated events. They were signals of trust, capability, and readiness. In our next episode, we will return to Paya Lebar Airport, not as a former airfield, but as a living archive. We will explore the moments, the people, and the decisions that passed through its control tower, and how they shaped Singapore's aviation culture, governance, and national identity. This is episode 3, a continuation of a legacy still resonating today. Thank you for journeying with us, and we invite you to look ahead.